Kim Soo-hyun walked into the conference hall in a plain suit, face completely solemn. And let me tell you, reporters were ready. The room was packed, filled to the brim, cameras clicking like thunder. But here's the twist. Reporters weren't allowed to ask a single question. They were only there to listen and report. No distractions, no interruptions, just Kim Soo-hyun and his lawyer. He walked up, stood tall, and gave a full 90-degree bow to the press, to the cameras, to everyone watching. Then he sat down. And for the first time since the entire controversy broke out, he spoke. Now, I've been debating whether to include the full press conference in this episode or just a summary that still keeps all the important statements. Maybe one day we'll dedicate an entire episode solely for that, compare everything he said with the claims made by Kim Se-ron's family. But for now, let's break it down, point by point, without leaving anything out. So first of all, he opened by talking about himself. Not the issue, not Kim Se-ron, but himself. He described how since his debut, he's been overwhelmed by love and success, and how all that came with things he had to protect: fame, career, his image, the cast and crew of Queen of Tears. He protected everything except Kim Se-ron. At this point, he fully admits every decision he made was for his public image. And if we're being honest, that alone says a lot. Because what kind of person hides behind their stardom while someone else, an ex-girlfriend, takes all the blows? Even if I go back to when the show was airing, I will make the same decisions. Yep, he said it. He would still lie, still hide. And if you think that sounds selfish, he agrees. And then this, he reflected on how things might have changed had he come clean earlier. Now here's where I personally have to pause and say something. The thing that really tips me off is that you're more worried about your fans and your company, not the person who was literally dragged through the mud because of your silence, because of how your agency's statement made her look like some pathetic, attention-seeking woman. And let's not forget, he's not just an actor under that agency, he's the founder and CEO. So when they released that cold, dismissive statement after Kim Se-ron's photo, saying they didn't know the intention behind her post, you mean to tell me he didn't know either? That he had no power to stop the silence or redirect the narrative? Let's not forget, the very statement his management released after Se-ron uploaded that photo was what sparked another wave of brutal hate toward her, and that's because of how they worded it. You know what's truly interesting about this entire controversy? It could have all been prevented if his company had actually tried to listen to Kim Se-ron. Then, Kim Se-ron wouldn't have any reason to post their photo knowing the risks. Kim Se-ron tried reaching out to the company, not just to Kim Soo-hyun, but to other employees,